So I'm finally getting around to doing my 10-minute maintenance routine video for you folks. I know it's been quite a while and a lot of false promises, but better late than never. Before we get into that, I have to let you know I am no medical professional. I don't really know a whole lot about this stuff. But what I do know is that this maintenance routine has helped my legs feel less tight, more energetic, more snappy, and overall just better. And also, so far, I've kept injury-free since I've started doing this maintenance routine, but who knows if that's really due to the maintenance routine itself or other factors at play. For me, I do this maintenance routine twice a day, once in the morning to start my day off extra right, and once in the evening to just kind of calm my nerves and just get into a zen state before I head to bed. But for you just getting started out there, just do it once a day or maybe once every couple of days just to get your body used to doing the activity. And you don't have to do every activity that I have listed here today I'm gonna show you. Just pick a couple, start doing them, and see if they make a difference in how your legs are feeling, how your body's feeling out there on your runs, and just overall, if you like them, keep on doing them, add in some more, or just take some away, just whatever works for you. And for me, what I designed this routine for is I'm an office worker, and I work at sitting at a desk for long hours, some days 14 hours sitting in a chair. So what that does is cause my hips to get very tight, my glutes to become inactive, I'm not looking like a Kardashian, and my hamstrings are just so tight from sitting in a chair, writing code all day, designing documents, doing it, just all that stuff that comes with being an office worker. So this routine is built specifically for me to target those areas. And for these activities, you don't need anything. But what I like to do is implement a little bit of extra bands. And the reason for that is because I find these activities a little bit too easy if I don't have a little bit of extra resistance. So I use exercise bands to just give it that little bit of extra spark, make it that little bit more extra difficult, but it doesn't really require them. Just start using your own body weight. So this first exercise I'm gonna show you is called the side leg raise. And what these do is target that glute, help strengthen them, and also opens up the hip. Like I said, my glutes are really weak and my hips are tight, so this is perfect to get started. So what you wanna do is lay on your side on the ground and just lift your leg. Really think about lifting it with your glute to really strengthen that and engage the glute. I repeat this about 12 times, but for a beginner, just try to do it maybe 6 to 8 times just to get used to the motion. Your glutes, they're definitely gonna burn by the end of this activity. So once you do 6 to 8 reps on one leg, switch on the other side and do the same on the next. So this next exercise is called bridges. And what these do is again, target that glute, strengthen that, also opens up the hip again and actually helps with the hamstrings as well. But what I do find for myself is that my lower back is also pretty tight. I'm a tight mess. So what I find that this does is kind of open up my lower back as well and kind of alleviate some of the pain that I have. So what you want to do with this exercise is lay on your back on the ground with your feet planted firmly, put your knees up to like a 90-degree angle or something like that. Who knows? I can't do math right now. But what you want to do is kind of lift with your glute, thrust upwards with this motion, thrust upwards. And again, you want to repeat this like 6 to 8 times when you're first getting started. For me, I repeat this about 15 times. And for the last 5 reps, I actually hold. So I go to the top and just hold and really strengthen that butt, really engage the glutes. And I just find that gives a little bit of extra stretch. So again, do the bridges 6 to 8 reps and it will get you started on the right path. And continuing on strengthening that butt so we look like a Kardashian, we are gonna be doing clamshells. And clamshells, I think that every physiotherapist recommends doing clamshells whenever you go in there with any type of pain. Sore foot, you better be doing clamshells. So how you do a clamshell is just like this. Again, you're gonna lay on the side, similar to what we did for the leg raises. Bend your knees to like a 30-degree angle and just lift the leg on top. Again, you wanna do this very purposely. You wanna be making sure that you're engaging your glute. Again, you're gonna repeat this 6 to 8 times. For me, I do this 12 times with a band, making sure that I'm engaging my glutes each and every time to make sure that I'm actually working something. Be aware that when you're getting started, you may not feel that you're really engaging your glute because it's not active, but the more and more that you do these, I promise that you will find out success. And for this next exercise, we're gonna be doing our best emulation of a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. So what I want you to do is get on all fours and lift your leg to the side. Again, make sure that you're really engaging that glute. For me, I feel that my hip is tight right now, so I can really feel it pulling right in here. And that's actually a great thing because I want it to open up my hips. And that's actually why I initially started doing that specific exercise to open up my hips a bit more. And as a side benefit, it also engages the glutes, and I'm sure that engages other leg muscles as well, but for me, I'm more worried about those two areas, hips and glutes. I'm gonna keep on repeating that through this entire video. And again, you wanna be doing 6 to 8 reps when you're first getting started. For me, I do 12 reps with a band. And for this next one, you're not gonna like it at first, I'm sorry, but I have to be straight with you. You're not gonna like this when you first get started, but as time goes on, you're gonna come to appreciate how beneficial the bodyweight squat is, not only for building muscle, but also for opening up the hips. And the bodyweight squat is a great indication of how I'm feeling at any point in time in terms of tightness. And when I do a bodyweight squat, my body's feeling tight, oh dear God, I'm not gonna be a happy camper. What I do is I put my feet shoulder width apart and I just go down very slowly. Just really, really feel that. Oh, I'm so tight right now. And I just do it very slow. I don't try to do the squats very fast. The point isn't to get the heart rate up, but it does end up getting the heart rate up eventually. But the point of these right now is to just open up the hips and really make sure that you're getting a stretch essentially out of it. Now, what I want you to do is do these maybe 4 to 6 times because bodyweight squats are quite difficult when you're not necessarily used to doing them. So what I want you to do, start off very slow with the bodyweight squats. They are gonna also work your quads and all that stuff. So be wary of when you do them, and you may want to actually implement these later on in your maintenance routine journey. I do about 12 reps when I do these, but just get started with 4 to 6, and I'm sure you'll see improvements in the long run. And the second last exercise for this maintenance routine is the leg swings. I actually do leg swings prior to doing a run, so I do have a separate warm-up routine as well that I'll eventually do a video for as well. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comment section down below. But what a leg swing does, again, is open up the hips. That is what it's great for. It also extends some other leg muscles as well and gets them warmed up. But for the most part, I do it for the hip stretch. So what you want to do is get to somewhere that you have something to hold on to, put your hand on that, and what you're going to do is swing your inside leg. Just like that. Not super fast, but just making sure that you're extending your leg fully and getting a good stretch through your hip. I also feel the stretch through my calf and up to my hamstring. But what I do is I do 12 swings on either leg. Remember, you're swinging with the leg closest to the wall. You have better stability if your outside leg is the one that you're doing support with. So make sure you're swinging with the leg closest to the wall. When you're first getting started, I actually think that you could do 12 of these just fine, but don't feel bad if you can't do 12 when you're first getting started. Do as many as you're feeling comfortable to do and work your way up. That's totally fine. We're all beginners at some point. Don't feel bad, just keep on doing the work. So what you want to do for calf lowers, is find a wall, put your hands up against that wall, and then put your feet out so you're on your tippy toes. And then on your tippy toes, just lower your heel to the ground and cycle that movement between either foot. So what I do for these is I do about 40 reps. And why I do 40 specifically is I feel that after doing 40 of those, my calves feel nice and warmed up and stretched, and I don't feel as tight as when I first started. I'll leave a link to all these exercises down in the description below, so if I didn't describe them well enough, hopefully someone on the internet did. Okay guys, thank you all so much for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, if you found it useful, please hit that like button down below. It helps out the channel a ton. And if you haven't already and you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It would really mean the world to me. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I will see you on the next one.